it literally now, in my opinion, it seems like a cult. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Today we are talking about Monat and their potential downfall. Allegedly, of course. I tried their products back in November of 2023. I thought my first wash was great, my hair felt better, and it smelled so good. I really liked the products after the first couple washes. And my friend, who ended up being my upline, was like, why don't you just sell it and monetize your beauty routine, as is shared widely. Monetize your beauty routine. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Like, I'm just staying at home anyways. I'm a stay-at-home mom, which is allegedly their target audience. So my hair was great the first 4 to 5 months. My hair was shiny, healthy. It still looks a little bit shiny and healthy. I did just get a haircut though, because I had a lot of breakage. So it was growing again. I had no split ends that I could see. Everything seemed to be healed up. I had little baby hairs growing in, which I still have. Some people will say it's breakage, but honestly, the way my hairline grew in, I don't see how that's possible to be breakage. So I do think that the products did help me a little bit with that. That's why I was so confused after 4 to 5 months when I was like, okay, my hair's starting to act like it did before. My hair started getting oily again after a day or two of showering. It still does. I had a lot of breakage and dryness. My hair wasn't growing as fast. So I messaged my upline and I was like, hey, like, how's your hair? And she's like, great, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, mine's like really dry and I have like some breakage and I don't really know what's going on because I've been using the exact same products. They sit there and they preach on product mixing and all that. I didn't mix my products. I was only using Monat for my skincare and my hair care, okay? So she goes to her upline and asks her about it, and they were saying that maybe I wasn't using the right products for my hair. I was like, okay. Nothing changed. I used the same thing since the beginning, so I didn't understand how it could just stop working. So that was really confusing to me. So something that they preach on is being in your DMs and sending reach outs. So I personally, in my opinion, I find that very cringy and I didn't want to do it, but they're very pushy. So I can only take so much pushing. So of course I start getting in my DMs and messaging people and sending these reach outs, cringy messages. A lot of them are copy and paste. It's so cringe. And I apologize to anyone that I sent one of those to. So I've heard a lot and I've seen a lot where when people leave Monat, allegedly the uplines will just talk about, oh, they weren't working their business, that's why they left. Or are their names on the leaderboards? Okay, let me tell you, I was on my team's leaderboards and my uplines leaderboards almost every single week. I definitely was on it every single month. I earned all the fast start bonuses, okay? The Monatberhood, all that. I did all that. I earned a trip to Monations and I was this close to earning the Miami trip, but that's when things started feeling fuzzy, which I'll get into, and so I purposely did not earn that trip. But I was hitting ranks like crazy. I've got all the pins still. Then things started coming to light on the internet. I started talking to a couple girls on my team when it seemed like they were starting to question things too. And that's when I knew I could actually talk to somebody about it, because before it was just like, oh, I don't really know what to tell you. It could just be the products in your hair. Don't know what to tell you, sorry. So that was really confusing and hard to like deal with, but I just kept chugging along. Then I saw something on the internet about something with the ingredients. So I started doing my own research. Sidebar, allegedly, my upline, not my friend, her upline would tell us that we didn't need to research anything. She was doing the research for us. So back then I was like, oh great, okay, I'll just listen to what she has to say. She's doing all the research. Y'all do not listen to that. Do your own research. Things might have come to light for me a little sooner. What I found was, okay, they were preaching about us using this Yuka app to show people how clean the ingredients are. Allegedly. They were telling us to use the Yuka app. Yucca, whatever. What I found in the fine print is that the Yuka app, just like Forbes, you can pay to put information in there, okay? OnSkin, you cannot. It's actually based by fact, science, whatever, okay? So, I find when I scan some of the ingredients, I start taking both apps, okay? And I'm going crazy around my house, scanning a bunch of different products. Not only Monat, I was scanning all kinds of products to see what I had in my house was clean or not, okay? So I scanned the volumizing shampoo that my 12-year-old was using in the OnSkin app. And it shows that a hazardous ingredient is in the shampoo. This is the ingredient that was shown was in my shampoo. And I looked on the back of the bottle, and sure enough, it said it was on there. I scanned it in the Yuka app. It was showing that it wasn't in the bottle. Y'all are claiming to be European standards, but if you look, that ingredient is banned in Europe. So I go to my upline's upline. This was her response, and I quote, "I don't know," when I asked about the ingredients being in there. "I think I had heard Europe banned it, and so we stopped using it, but you definitely have no reason to be freaking out. She's totally fine. If it's in there, it'd be so freaking small it wouldn't do anything." So you might have a toxic ingredient in there, but it's fine because it's probably just a little bit. Guys, this is not okay. It gets better. Is it in the ingredients on your bottle? Do you put sunscreen on your child or any other non-organic ingredients? I'd be far more concerned with that. I'm sorry, ma'am. Did I ask you about organic ingredients or sunscreen? No? I asked about the clean products that I'm putting on my kid's scalp. That blew me away. I literally sent it to like 3 of my girls instantly. I was like, what the F is this? I was like, can you believe she said this? Because I was in shock. I couldn't believe that I was being gaslit like this. Like, I had heard of other gaslighting by other people that was alleged, of course, going on, okay? But I had never received any until now. So when that happened, I started thinking back to the entire time that I have been with this business selling, okay? And I had a few instances that came to mind. So there was a girl that bought for her daughter, and it did wonders for her curls. And then all of a sudden, after like a month or two, she started getting a really bad allergic reaction on her scalp to the products. She started getting really sensitive to the products. So she stopped using it, of course. Then I had another friend who we did an order swap, and she started getting really bad pimples on her scalp. And when I asked my upline about it, they were saying that her scalp was probably really oily, or she was in a detox phase, was the main answer that I got, was that she was in a detox phase and just to keep using the products and it'll get better. I promise. So naturally, she also stopped using the product. One of my VIPs said that she had a lot of hair fall out and she stopped using it because she was freaking out. And my upline told me she just needs to stick with it, or she's product mixing. So I thought about all these instances that had happened that I had brushed under the rug because I was told all these things about it's a detox, it gets better. Then my upline started getting really quiet. And I finally asked her, like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And she told me she was stepping back and looking at everything just like I was and doing her own research. And she had a VIP that had literal bald spots. And she also was not product mixing. She claims that the products that she was using was the thickening serum, and the spots that she had been using the serum is where these bald spots happened. Month end was extremely stressful. Your uplines are pushing you to succeed because they want to hit their rank because it resets every month. So they're super pushy. They're constantly on your back, like, hey, are you in your DMs? Like, hey, you just need this, you just need this, you just need this. I get being helpful, but it's a little much. Point where I was getting agitated at home, and that's never good. That's what this is supposed to not be. So everything that this claims to be for you, oh, it's a great experience, you stay at home, you only work a few hours from your phone, is what they're claiming, allegedly. No, you literally have to be on your phone in your DMs all day. Because not only are you starting conversations, but you have to have long conversations and really get into depth and getting to know people before you push your products onto them. That takes a lot of time, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't have time to be sitting here on my phone in my DMs all day. So you have these top people leaving. You have Stuart McMillan's lawsuits coming back out. Things are starting to get a little sketchy around here. So I step back, then my upline steps back, some sidelines step back, my girls are all stepping back, looking at the big picture, like what's really going on here. And then you're hearing from your uplines and from the CEO of the company and stuff. It's a distraction. Get back to work. We need to make money here. That's what you're here for. Get back to work. I'll research it for you. Because they don't want you to find out the truth, is what I found out. Then we have Luis. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. He gets on his live. Okay. And those receipts are all over the internet still. People screenshot things. The internet is forever. People still have not learned that. Even a live is forever. People have screen recording on their phones now. So he gets on his live. He starts talking about how 2 women that have just left, top people, okay, were baptized in cocaine water. So he's making fun of their baptism and their religion. That is a Christian religion, and this is a Christian company, allegedly. Okay? How does that make sense? Why would you make fun of someone in the same religion as you? That's the first red flag. Then he starts talking about they're like Judas and backstabbing. Okay, clearly you do not know the whole story of Judas, or you would have just thrown that out there casually. 3, he starts saying they're like commercial prostitutes. Now this is all allegedly, because apparently there's a miscommunication with translation. Commercial prostitution. He's saying that they went to a company that offered them money. I don't know about y'all, but it doesn't matter where you are and how much money you're making. When you join an MLM, they're not offering you money to come over to them. I could be wrong, because that's my opinion, but I've never heard of that before. They're not going to offer you money. It just sounds absurd, honestly. So he deleted his live. He had a, half-ass apology on his stories that disappear in 24 hours. So it's not forever. And just talks about keep working. Then we have uplines. My upline is one of the ones that was on her stories, talking about it's a language barrier. This was slang. It sounded like a stupid cover-up. You sound like a dumbass. Excuse my language again, but it was literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I literally watched it probably 3 times because I was like, she did not, no, there's no way. That sounds like commercial prostitution. You're getting paid to cover up your boss's mistakes. So then Ray gets on his stories. Let's talk about Ray. I can't remember if it was stories or live, actually. So he gets on and he starts talking about how people love drama. All this is drama. Keep working, he says. It's just drama. But your dad started it. He said some things that were clearly inappropriate. Well, let's discuss this. So this is a Christian company, but on Lewis's live, if you look in the background, there's a statue of Buddha. I don't know a single Christian religion that aligns with Buddhism. So some of the things that I could not stand is how much they want you on your phone. They'll preach all the time about this is freedom. You don't have to go to work. You can stay at home with your kids, but we want you on your phone 24/7. Also wanting you to get on opportunity calls and trainings and Zoom meetings. So not only is the actual company hosting these, but you have all 6 of your downlines constantly sending you Zoom calls and trainings to get on. But then they will preach in these videos that these trainings aren't working your business. You need to actually go work it. Mind you, these calls are like at least an hour. So get on these calls for hours a day, because there's usually multiple a day, but also be in your DMs messaging people. Oh, but I'm sure you also have to take care of your kids, right? Oh, your kids are suffering because you're on your phone way too much. Gotcha. Makes sense. But it's different here, they say. In my opinion, I've heard several times where they say you don't need a big following. That is absolutely not true, because if you look at it, the most successful people have a huge following. I don't know anyone that was killing it with 100 followers, like they claim. Oh, you don't need a big following to succeed here. Yes, you do. I've always wanted to be transparent and authentic in sharing things that I love and use and whatnot, and just being completely honest. So that is why I did this video. I'm not bashing anyone. I just wanted to share my experience and just let you know to do your research. I had just gotten my real estate license. I'm a licensed nutritionist and personal trainer, and I actually own my own business with that, but I took a step back on both of those things because of money. You can comment any questions that you have. Otherwise, like this video to support my leaving Monat.